That's not what I'm talking about, though.
All right, what you talking about?
See, hip hop is a culture. What does that mean to you?
A culture?
Yeah.
I think it's the way, hip hop is a way of life. Like KRS said, like rap is what you do, hip hop is like how you live. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I feel like even though it made its way to me in a different way than, you know, I wasn't just watching people just, you know, break dance on the street and, you know, things of that nature. But the minute I got introduced to it, like through my cousin, through an episode of Monsters Apart, there was something that just resonated with me. Like, and it just, you know, what it did for me is it gave me confidence. Like being a rapper gave me an uber amount of confidence to the point where I was like, oh, this is something I got to do for like my mental health. And I feel like hip hop is really something that it's really like a way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you can really live it in regards to like, you know, as an artist, if you're a rap artist, if you're a real rap artist, you're living this. I feel it, in my personal opinion. I think if you're just trying to, you know, get on, make a little bit of money and make a couple songs here and there, I don't think you're really living that. I think you're really living it if you're dedicating, if you're putting 100% into your craft, you're putting like a lot of your money into your craft, and you're really trying to make, if you're really trying to get a particular message out there. Like when I remember watching KRS-One talk to Joel Ortiz, he's saying, yo, when he met him, he said, yo, I was hoping that this is something we thought, not something we thought, this is something we wanted hip hop to produce, like a rapper like him. I feel like that should, if we're not, we have to be rappers that I feel like we should be rappers that we hope that the legends back then, y'all was hoping that it would produce y'all to carry this on. And I feel like if those guys was to hear me and my team, they'd be like, yo, yes, we was hoping that y'all would come from what we created back in the mid-70s.
Okay, wait. That's rapping. What is culture? How do you define it?
Just the word culture?
If hip hop is culture, how? What is the culture?
I mean, it's just, I guess it's just the way you live, it's the way you dress, it's the way you talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more urban than anything.
That's not a culture, that's a social movement.
Okay.
How do you define culture? Let's start from there.
Okay. I mean, I guess culture, I would define it as, I mean, I don't know. When I think of culture, the minute I just think of just how you live your life, or how you was raised, like what you was around, your environment, like what was around you that made you who you are.
So then, let's play devil's advocate.
All right.
So pain is a culture.
Pain is a culture?
I'm asking.
I wouldn't say that.
But pain describes, it determines how you live, how you dress, even how you eat, how you think, and how you interact. So can pain be a culture?
Nah, I don't think so.
So then what you describe influences hip hop.
Okay.
If hip hop is a culture, it has to follow certain rules, regulations, and traditions.
Okay.
So is hip hop a culture?
I believe it is. But school me if you don't, if I'm getting it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You're not getting it wrong.
Okay.
We're learning together.
Okay. All right.
Hip hop is a culture because of you.
All right.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
What's up?
Can you live jazz music?
Nah, jazz is something you're a part of. You play jazz.
What is jazz?
Genre music.
The definition of jazz is sexual thrusting of a man's hips into a woman's pelvis.
That's brand new to me.
That's why Elvis Presley was so hated by the norm, because he did what Negroes did.
Right, like the moving the hips.
Move our hips when we danced.
They hated Elvis for that, yeah.
And it was called jazz. So
that
that was the slang of jazz.
Okay.
Jazz music made you, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't live jazz.
Right.
Can you live rhythm and blues?
That's a tough one. Because like rhythm and blues, like those terms are so like broad and generic. You know what I'm saying?
So everybody can't sing.
True.
So can you live that?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I guess not. No.
So hip hop is a term given to a lifestyle that already existed. That's why it's living.
Right, I see what you're saying.
So how you dress is a tradition. How you eat is a tradition.
Right.
What you wear, where you're from, those are all traditions. But the difference between hip hop being a culture is hip hop is tied to spirituality.
Right.
So the man that you are was hip hop before you came out the womb. So you were living hip hop since you were conceived, before you were birthed.
That's dope.
So when I think of the dystopia being a place of harmful energy that can be beautiful to somebody who lives from it, that's Israel coming out of slavery. That's Moses crossing the Red Sea. That's Ishmael and his 12 princes getting the land of Palestine and Arabia and making kingdoms where they can have their own lifestyle. Okay. That's also where the inner city youth took not being given anything and making peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Peace, love, unity, having fun, yeah. Like Grandmaster Cass, they said hip-hop didn't invent anything, it reinvented everything. It's like they took everything that they saw and put them pieces together and created this incredible like youth culture, this music, and then took the world by storm.
But this is why you're so important. Because if hip hop was that already, hip hop came from God.
Facts.
So then your heartbeat is the drum of your life.
There we go.
But the drum is the heart of the beat. Harmony is perfect health. Without harmony, your body's in what? Disease.
Right.
So when you make a song and something's wrong, it's just not right because it don't click. It's not healthy to my ear. There's no harmonic tones. There's no life given from this. Because if I nod my head and don't agree, I'm dumb to the drum. But if I nod my head and I know what's going on, then I'm conscious.
Right.
And that's the style of hip hop.
Right.
So real music has to be a part of culture because real music is giving a living testimony. Your testimony starts from an island that is rich in tradition. Talk about that.
Well, I mean, if you in regards to like my
Your lineage.
Nationality. Yeah, I'm Haitian. And you know, if y'all ain't know anything about Haiti, Haiti was the first black republic. 1804, we got our freedom. Fought the French. The revolution was led by Lusson. I would be messing up his name.
It's all good.
But anyway.
Do the history if y'all don't know. 1619, get it right.
I gotta do the history more myself. But anyway, I always had pride in being, Haitian because, we were the people, from Africa that didn't take no crap from the French, ended up, beating our slave masters, winning, and became the first black nation that we are to this day. Unfortunately, Haiti's been suffering because of that.
Pause.
Right.
Shout out to IET.
Absolutely.
Pause.
All right.
That's hip hop.
All right.
Because you were oppressed people.
Yeah.
Then you fought back against oppression.
Right.
Then they gave you nothing. And they damned you. Those black heathens and their noise music. Them black heathens and their voodoo.
Facts.
That's hip hop.
That's 100.
Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the strength to survive, the strength to create, the strength to will, the strength to move, the strength of peace, the strength to dance, the strength of identity, compa. Let's get into it. If it wasn't for that, who would Haiti be? Flip side, if it wasn't for strength, if it wasn't for fighting back, if it wasn't for police brutality, if it wasn't for systematic oppression through entertainment, schooling, the taking away of instruments, gang fights. If it wasn't for that and people overcoming their oppression, making something out of nothing, then where would hip hop be?
That's 100. It came from struggle. It came from being deprived of resources that we really need to really thrive and be somewhat and be equal in this country. But you know what I'm saying? But out of necessity, it's like hip hop was created. But that's what we do, man. That's what black people do. It's in our blood to, whatever's stripped from us, whatever's taken from us, we find something else, and then we make it better, and then we move on with that. And that's how hip hop was created. We took we had to take everything that we saw, and then create this beautiful thing that is now the world's leading genre of music. These young dudes from the hood back in the mid '70s, Coke LaRock, DJ Kool Herc, you know what I'm saying? Started with them if y'all know who they are.
And that's my point. For it's written, you are the salt of the earth. And without it, and without you, if the salt isn't fervent, you just throw it in the road and trample over it. And hip hop has been salting the earth for generations to the point where now it is copied, recopied, and redubbed, and made trash.
Oh yeah.
So then now when you get real music, now you get something that comes from the heart and the soul.
Oh, yeah.
That's based on God's heritage, which is hip hop, cheap pop. But at the end of the day, just a few thoughts. Tell me about that and how that relates to what we just talked about.
Oh, you just took me back real quick. My man did his homework. Just a few thoughts, man. That was a song on my first project called Middle Ground. That song was basically like, so I did it over the Large Professor's, well, it was Nas' song, Extra P produced it. You the Man. That was always one of my favorite songs on Nas' album, Still Made It. That song was basically like, it was just like a stream of consciousness. That was just how I felt about a lot of different things. I spoke about my false arrest situation. I spoke about the fact that I was, dating a singer that I was nervous that, if we become successful, we're gonna be teared apart. I spoke about the police. I just spoke about just why I rap the way I rap. Like, I'm trying to think of everything else. But that song was just like, I feel like that was like one of the most rawest, honest songs I ever wrote, because it didn't have any like real structure. It was just like, let me just free think and just organize this into rhyme form and just put it out there and see what's up. And that was like, that was probably one of the realest songs I ever wrote. And that's actually one of the ones I'm still proud of to this day. I think that's some of my best work. But I just wanted to just be honest about what I feel about. And I talk about the state of hip hop a lot in a lot of my records. I always bring it up. And and I've always been the guy that probably throw a little, a little shade to some of these guys I feel like don't be rapping like I feel like they should, or call themselves rappers or MCs and they really not. So I always throw a little shade here and there, but who doesn't? It's kind of competitive at the end of the day. But like, I always talk about the state of hip hop and what I want to see from it and what I'm gonna bring to it and why y'all should gear y'all direction this way to let y'all know that this thing is living. It's living here. It's living here in Jersey. If y'all pay attention, we got some real spitters out here that are really bringing true justice to this culture. Like, we are the essence. We here. Like, if y'all tune in, y'all are really here. Some of the dopest songs I've heard are from guys that I know personally. And I'm not saying that because I know them. Like, that's 100. And like, I think we're really bringing like something dope and breathing life into this art form. Y'all should tune in. But just a few thoughts. That's what it was. Just a few thoughts. I literally was just giving y'all just everything that would occupy my brain literally from like age 19 to 24. That's basically what Just a Few Thoughts was. It just summed up my thoughts, my reoccurring thoughts over the past five years at that point. So that's what that was.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube family and hit the notification bell for updates. Please like, comment, and share this video.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real hip hop.